It's 1090 Jake.
I don't know if you want to start the show off with that, man.
Nah,
We just went
I fuck,
live.
I fuck with 1090 Jake, man. He a funny dude, man.
Oh man, I don't know why. I don't know how we starting it off like this, but everybody, we want to say welcome to the Pink Cookie Podcast. It's your host, Jad Watson. I'm here with the co-host, my right hand
Saturday
man.
vibes, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I have no idea why the fuck he started off with talk about he's 1090 Jake and he fucks with him. But I'll
I
let him
was watching.
explain that, I guess.
Nah, I mean, I just caught his videos. I was watching his videos and shit. He a funny dude. He a funny nigga that he a Florida nigga, but he sound he from Boston though.
It, isn't he from Boston? Is he from Florida?
He
Oh,
from
he got
Florida.
locked up there. Isn't he from Boston?
No, he from Florida.
Really?
So he say.
I mean, I haven't done too much research. I mean, that's your boy.
He ain't never done nothing to me.
I hear that. I hear that. So what's going on, Mr. Adonis? I always like to try to start the show off with something new and good news. So what's going on in your world right now? You got anything good to talk about?
Man, life been life in a good way, man, and I already am doing better than okay, so it's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to say too much about what's going on with me, but there's no things is looking real nice.
I like that. I like that. I like that for you. I respect that. Well, you know me, I've been running and gunning, and I started my own security business. So, one of my goals was to be able to get my Utah permit. I mean, that may not be too big to other people, but the fact that I'm able to travel and continue, doing work for a bunch of celebrities that I work for, and picking up other work, whether the celebrities or not, just being able to pick up the opportunity. So, I passed my background check and everything. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be an issue, but the biggest thing is it went through. So got my Utah permit coming in, and your boy's going to be city to city, state to state. So I'm happy
That's,
about that. A little good news on the board.
that's what's up, man. You probably need that shit in Utah too, cause I hear things about Utah. A motherfucker just might need one of those. We'll say that.
Well, that's the thing. One of the misconceptions is people feel like the Utah permit is just for Utah. The thing about Utah, they have a connection with all the other states. So basically, if you get your permit there, they're connected and accepted by all 36 states now. It might even be 39 now, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check. But a couple of other states that went over the common carry and all that good stuff. So yeah, you get your license there, but it connects you to be able to conceal carry in over 30 different states. So it's not just for there; it's for to go everywhere. So the fact that I do work with different people, sometimes I have jobs, and someone might be like, "Yo, I want to work with you for a month, but I got 3 different states I got to go to." I'm able to do that now because I'm able to conceal carry in all those different states.
Word, that's what it is, though, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, so
Good, my boy.
we talking. What we talking about though?
Man, some of the most heartbreaking catastrophes in hip hop history, man.
All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. I know you want to jump in on the J. Cole and Kendrick situation, and I do too because I got some. I did some research. I did some information, not just online and talking to people, but even talking to the old heads of hip hop, and what I mean, seeing what they think about it. And I actually had some self reflection, to be honest with you, about the situation. So even when I feel like I'm on to make a point, I had to be honest with myself, and I have to bring up a personal situation between me and you. So I think that's going to be a surprise for you as well. Not even a surprise, but just I got to be honest about the situation. So outside of that, I know you brought up something to me earlier about something that was going on that meant something to you, and I respect that. Something that was going on with the women's college basketball team or something like that. You want to explain that a little bit more and tell me what your angle was on that?
With the
For
women,
those who don't know what's going on.
oh man, yeah, Dawn
Oh, you forgot.
Staley. Dawn Staley, yeah, no, I did want to touch on that because I thought that was wild that she say that Dawn Staley, the head
Go get
coach,
it. Just
the
talk
head
about it. You ain't got to touch nothing.
the head coach of South Carolina Gamecocks, the women's national champion of basketball. Congratulations to them. Shout out to them.
Shout out to
They
them.
they won the NCAA tournament. They beat Iowa and Caitlin Clark, the superstar out of Iowa. And uh, Coach Staley was asked a question at the end of the game in reference to transgender women being able to participate in female sports. And I guess Coach felt like, in her opinion, that, it's a good thing. And she got a lot of backlash for it. And I tend to be one of those people that's like, that agrees with everybody else. Cause like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? I just find it crazy that somebody like her would agree with that because, I think if one of these transgender women came down with a hard elbow on one of her players trying to get a rebound, I think the tune would change a little bit,
I would go on record and say this. I don't agree with it at all. And it's not that I don't want to get it misconstrued. It's not that I don't agree with someone feeling like they need to find their identity and be who they feel like they really need to truly be. I understand that. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't understand it. But I can appreciate it and I can empathize, I can sympathize, I could deal with that. You know what I mean? But one thing I have a problem with is like, as a society, we've always had an issue with women trying to go ahead and have equal rights. And I feel like this day and age, we got the same issue with guys trying to have equal rights to women. You know what I mean? Women want equal rights to guys, and now guys seem like they want the same equal rights to women. It's a crazy day in our world right now. But I feel like at the end of the day, if you look at it with the common denominator, if we're both fighting to be equal with one another, that makes us equal, right? So let's just take it for face value. But I will never respect the fact that we understand whether it's sports or whatever the situation is. If I'm watching my daughter play sports and she's on a team with a bunch of females and everything, gets hot, intense and they're being athletes and they get into a little scuffle, something like that, I can understand the women or just being an athlete in sports getting to that level. If my daughter comes home with a black eye and she tells me it was from the transgender player, I'm gonna understand that was a guy. So now my daughter's coming home with a black eye or elbow from a dude. Quick example: if Mike Tyson wanted to go ahead and have a sex change right now and wanted to get in the ring with your daughter coming straight out the Olympics, do you think that's cool? If you wanted to be, if you wanted to be Mikeyana Tyson and was coming and clearing people, would that be okay? No. So I feel like, especially for the guys, I can speak as a male. I can't speak too much on the females. No disrespect for what they're doing. But as far as the males, this is what I would say. I'll go on record and say this. I don't think it's fair for a man to go ahead and try to pass off his masculinity and go ahead and join a dick swinging contest and realize that he ends up last, having the smallest dick, and then instead of taking that, wants to go ahead and sneak into the women's locker room and go ahead and get the trophy for first prize for having the biggest clit.
Hey,
it don't make sense to me.
Listen.
Stay in your place.
Yeah, no, that's a definite. You'll never get me to agree with that, but I think Coach was just put in a bad spot. She was put on the spot right then and there, right after the championship game at the press conference.
There's no such thing. As far as I'm concerned, there's no such thing. It's always, everyone's worried about being politically correct. If you really protect your own, maybe we live in a different life or a different background, but I know that I don't have to answer anything. And no answer is better than me having to have an answer and have to explain it later, which is kind of going into what we're talking about with the whole J. Cole and Kendrick thing. Don't feel pressured into an answer because you'll find yourself explaining it and apologizing for it later. And then the whole thing, you just lose your whole stance on everything. Because what was the point? If someone asked me a question, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I think that people starting to change their tune anyway, though, because I know that the swimming individual, Leah Thomas, I think that's his, her, she, he, they, who, whatever.
I didn't know what the name was.
Yeah, but this motherfucker joined the swim team as a man and came in like 160th, and then joined the women's team and came in first.
Yeah, so he had the short dick in the men's contest and thought he was gonna have the biggest clip with the women.
Right. Well, this nigga he finally got all his medals taken away, and you know the girls who came in second place all won the awards, and you know, and he's been banned from competition. So they started
I want to
changing
say
things.
this to my males and females. Men have powers that women do not have. Women have powers that men do not have. That makes us equal. I can't do you. You can't do me. Now, again, when you want to break it down to your personal identity, that's one thing. Your sexuality, that's one thing. But when we start talking about competition, when we start going head to head, when we go you against me, it does not change. I can understand if my daughter got into a fight with another female, she lost. Hey, get in the gym, learn how to fight, we'll figure it out. But if I send my daughter out there and I find out that the person that she lost to and got beat down and dragged around was a guy that was born like me, that's a whole different aspect.
I will tell you this: if you get a chance, watch an episode of South Park where they talk about that shit, man. They got the girl. Her name is Heather Swanson, but she looked like Macho Man Randy Savage and shit, man. Yo, that shit is hilarious, bro. Hilarious. That shit is
You
fucking
about to kill
hilarious.
me on camera, nigga.
Yeah, son, watch that when you get a chance.
So that's my stance on it. I feel like at the end of the day, no man should be trying to compete against any woman. That's just no, especially when it comes to sports and athletes and stuff like that. No, I don't agree with it. I'll go on the record. I'm not changing it. You've asked me a million times. I don't agree with it. And that's how I feel.
I
As
concur.
far as the coach, I think she should have took a little bit more time and just said, I don't have an answer right now, or that's not even the focus. My focus is on the game and not what people do personally. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a surgeon, so I don't have anything to do or have any answers for as far as what's going on, in the medical field. But as far as tonight, we had a hell of a game, or we lost tonight. We were going to come back. She didn't even have to speak on it. So again, sometimes you get pressured to speak too quickly, and it don't come off the right way.
Yeah, she ain't no dumb chick, so she definitely should have came a little different with that question. But you know, it is what it is. Like I said, she receiving heat for it, and that's unfortunate. But yeah,
Well, to fast forward a little bit, since we've been rounding it off, everybody's been talking about it, and that's fine. We're not everybody. We're Pink Cookie Podcast. This is J.I. Watson, Chaz Adonis. So we're gonna talk about it ourselves over here, and we always invite our guests if they want to even come in at a later time, or if they want to join in now to give their input. We call this the cookie jar conversations. Go ahead and stick your hand in the jar, pull out a cookie. Let's talk about it. So what this situation is, a lot of people are giving J. Cole the backlash for, in the equivalent of Diddy settling the lawsuit. Like, you put a diss out, and then it seemed like the next day you said, my bad about that. So I know you contacted me and said that you was not happy about that. Now, for one, let's just be real. I don't look like I came from Uganda, Kenya, Egypt, and like that. So I guess I would be on the light skin scale. I'm looking at your screen. You a little bit lighter than me. Yeah, but I just say we're still in the same club. If we had to go in, we'd be in the same line. Correct? Would you think so?
sure.
So you said you had a problem with J. Cole showcasing light skin tendencies.
Yeah, man. He listen.
By
Man,
apologizing. Explain that to me and tell me what your stance is on that. I'll tell you what my stance is, and then I'll tell you my understanding. And that's what I was talking about when I said I got some research and talk to some people. So since you brought it up, I want to know how you feel about it. You set the stage, and you tell me what bothered you about this whole J. Cole Kendrick battle, beef, back and forth, and then what? Was it 24 hours? Was it 48 hours before J. Cole had a whole apology? Not secret apology, not no innuendo, not no hint towards it. He full out apologized. How do you feel about that?
Well, first I want to correct something that you said earlier
Okay,
about
I'm sorry.
light skin tendencies. I didn't say that
Oh,
because I'm a light skinned nigga and I don't believe light skinned niggas have tendencies. 'Cause I don't have none of these tendencies that they swear light skinned niggas got. You know, so
I didn't mean to offend you, light skin.
but going forward to continuing on to what you were saying about Mr.
No,
Jermaine
I got
Cole,
you.
man. I feel like Jermaine Cole did some real irreparable damage to his career with this one, man. And first thing is first, people need to fucking is first of all, it's not that deep. I keep seeing these people that keep saying, "Oh, people keep wanting to see a black on black, brothers get on top of each other instead of unite as one." It's not that deep, okay? I don't want J. Cole and Kendrick to see each other and it be on sight. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I want. I want to hear two niggas, 2-3 battles. I watched the Maul and Rory podcast. The nigga said it best. He said, "I wanted to catch 2-3 diss songs from each of y'all. Y'all niggas come together on stage, shake hands. Now we got the Three Kings tour, and I'm going to go see y'all niggas on tour. Now I don't want to see y'all niggas in the same room." You know what I'm saying? So
Yo, any promoter that can get behind that, that's money. That
yeah,
right there sounds amazing. So shout out to Roy. That sounds great. I support that. That's a good
done.
angle.
That's how it should have went down. You know, but people, I want to hear bars, and I think the majority of people who feel the same way I do wanted to just hear the giants of the game finally prove who is the top guy, who is the best. You know what I'm saying? And we know it ain't gonna be no real smoke. We niggas ain't gonna get hurt over this shit. It's the same way as if me and you both rap, and you like, nigga, I bet you I can make 3 hotter songs than you, and we go at it. And I'd be like, nah, I go on Facebook, yo, JI, yo, my bad, bro, for even trying to compete with you. That shit didn't sit right with my spirit. That shit had me up at night. I couldn't sleep. What, man? This nigga called him the boogeyman, son. But what I did say was that shit set light skinned niggas back because, God damn, son, what the fuck? Stop it, please, my nigga. I don't want to hear no more braggadocious rap. I want to hear the shit that was on All My Life. I want to hear the shit that was what's the 21 song? A Lot. I want to hear that type of shit. I don't want to hear no more of this. I'm that nigga. I'm the nicest with the pen. This nigga's he's not even on the Kendrick Drake scale for me right now. You more like a Chance the Rapper Kid Cudi type nigga to me now. Oh, I love my wife. I love my wife. Like you need to make an album about your wife now, nigga. I don't want. Yeah, I listen to Let Nas Down. That shit sound like a funeral record now, nigga. This shit sound like funeral music, son. I let the comments lighten this nigga up. The comments said, one of the funniest ones said, "We all know why we're gathered here today." We all know.
Yo, all right, listen. Come on, man. Come
That
on,
shit
man.
sound like funeral music, nigga. That fucking
All
saxophone
right.
like a nigga died.
You know what fucked me up is the last conversation I had, the last interview I had was with Big Rude. Shout out to Big Rude. And we got a chance to weigh in on it. This is when the battle had just came out. J. Cole had dropped his the disc that day. So
And
we
he
got a chance
fried
to weigh in on it.
Kendrick. And he fried
Huh?
Kendrick.
Yes, and I agree with that. And we both said that's the crazy thing. But before I could even edit the shit, it already had came out that he apologized. So it was like, yeah, I mean, I didn't even focus on really putting it out there. It's still an interview, so we're not changing what we said. So I stuck with that. You know what I mean? I was like, I feel like J. Cole went in. I feel like, you know what I mean? I gave him so many props on him being in his bag and this and that. I gave him a lot of props. You can go ahead and watch the interview right now. You go ahead and make sure you listen to Pink Cookie Podcast on Spotify. You could always go ahead and check out the videos on
This
YouTube.
nigga,
Same
this
thing,
nigga J.
Pink Cookie
Cole.
Podcast.
My bad. This
Okay.
nigga J. Cole said, "I can't sleep with my feet over the edge of the bed because Kendrick might get me." What the fuck,
I don't know
bro?
about that. I don't know about that. But what I'm saying is this, right?
This
So
nigga is the
I was
boogeyman.
vouching for Cole. I was going straight for him, right? Now, when I seen the apology, I felt some type of way. I felt the same way everybody else felt. Like, how you gonna go ahead and apologize? How you gonna retract what you had to say? How you gonna take it back? Whatever, right? Now, I was talking to my old head. Now, my old head said he didn't want to get on camera. Shout out to, you know what I mean, Big Dame in the building. I'm trying to get him on camera. Somebody bring his name up because I want him to get on camera. He's an OG from Boston. And I said, you know what? He's into the music and everything. I'm like, I know you sometimes look at it like, your young boys be doing this and that, but what did you think about it? He said at the end of the day, and Charlamagne said the same thing. At the end of the day, when you feel like you didn't give your all or you did not full-heartedly go into this battle, what's wrong with you retracting as a man and saying, yo, it wasn't right? At the end of the day, my old head said this. The problem is a lot of battles would have been canceled if somebody would have had some, hey, yo, maybe it's because I don't really feel that, maybe I should go ahead and retract it. Who's really judging me? To be honest, a lot of people still argue to this day that Pac didn't really feel like Biggie did anything. But once you set yourself on a certain road, you feel the pressure. If I got to stick with it, and because of that, a result comes out to a different level. Now, like you said earlier, do I really feel like J. Cole and Kendrick are gonna meet in the room and go ahead and fight? Now, let's not say nothing could happen because there was, you know, what I mean, a situation between J. Cole and Diddy, and you know, what I mean, not saying that people can't. But what happens is, unfortunately, it's the entourage and the cousin and the bodyguard and everybody else that gets involved with that for no reason. So I had to sit back and think about it and like, you know what, I still wasn't sure if I agreed with it or if I understood it, but I had to take it personally. Like I said in the beginning of the show, now me and you, and because we're gonna keep coming up here and talking about it, we're gonna keep it'll come out and everything else. Me and you had an issue back in the day, correct?
Yeah.
And you're to this day, my brother and one of my best friends. I die for you, my nigga. And I mean that shit. We went through some shit. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think you took it as a part of yourself to make any records or anything like that. But me being upset and being at the time I was on the road, I wrote a record. Didn't write it no time soon. I mean, didn't record it like that. But I was in the studio one day, a beat came up, I was able to go ahead and record it. I recorded the song. There's a little snippet video and all the other shit for it. It's out right now. I guarantee you, and I've said it to you, I got proof of it. Every time that video comes up, I cringe because I don't mean it. I said things in battle mode because I feel like I was supposed to, and I didn't mean that about you. Even though we wasn't seeing eye to eye, I didn't respect the things that I was saying about you. When it comes up now as a memory, or you know what I mean, this is what you did last year, 10 years ago, I don't like it. The other day, I mean, a couple of months ago, I hit you up and was like, yo, I apologize for that memory that came up. I didn't mean that. You was like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Nothing came up on my end. That's because I got up so early to erase that shit because it bothered me so much that I didn't even want you to have to see that shit again. Because I was saying shit in there and doing things that same thing on some cold shit I didn't agree with. I don't know, this fucking phone ringing in the back. Yeah, so I was saying and doing things that I didn't agree with, but I felt the same way. I was in a position where it's like, yo, you're here, what you gonna say, what you gonna do about it? But so much time had passed that I didn't even do the song because it was about you. It just went with the beat. But because I knew what it was, I never supported it, I never pushed it, I didn't like it. So that's another reason why I could say I gotta understand where Cole's coming from, because I'd be a liar, I'd look stupid as fuck if I didn't say, somebody can come at me and say, yo, you did the same thing. It might have been not the next day, but I'm telling you right now to your face and everybody else, I don't like that song because I know what points I said about you that I didn't like, and that wasn't true.
Well, see,
so it didn't sit right with me for years, though. He's saying instead of letting it not sit right for me for years, for 2 days it didn't sit right, and I'm gonna fix it now. I was the dumbass that let it go for years before I was able to hit you up and apologize for it.
Well, see, the difference is I never heard this song, and you knew better because I was gonna torch the fuck out of your ass if I heard that shit. I was gonna come with some straight fire if I'd have ever heard it. All right. But secondly, yeah. But secondly, I mean, yo, listen, Listen, bro.
Yo, the story goes deeper. You don't have to do a song. You let me go. We're gonna listen. If they're gonna follow this, this is gonna be like a series. You got to follow and pay attention. Chuck, let me go. Fuck a song. Thank you, my nigga.
But
I feel what you're saying.
I understand what you're saying. I understand Cole is not a confrontational guy. I get it.
Nah.
It's just like when you up here, bro, you can't call yourself the king and don't defend your crown, bro.
But what I feel like he did, only mistake I feel like he did, I feel like he answered too quick. Because you can have, the thing is, when you're a king, that doesn't mean you jump at everything. That means you control shit. Jay-Z will sit there and won't respond for 7 years. He didn't have to respond.
He ain't saying nothing crazy.
No, what I'm saying, I'm saying that as a king, he didn't have to respond. He responded too quickly. It was like, yo, let the shit breathe. Did Drake say anything?
Nah, I don't think it was too quick.
It was too early, because if you let it breathe, nobody was waiting for you to say that, because everybody keeps saying the smoke wasn't really, everybody's saying that J. Cole caught strays. It was for Drake. Drake ain't say shit.
Drake ain't said shit yet. No, you're right. He ain't said shit. I'm wondering.
So it's like, yo, when I've been in a situation like that, when I've stepped out there for my friends, like, yo, ain't nobody gonna pick you up. I'm gonna jump out there. And when I'm out there, my boy don't step up. Now I'm just stuck there. Now what looks crazy is J. Cole's gonna look crazy if Drake and Kendrick have a conversation. Next thing you know, they got a song together, they do a picture together. That's why it's like, I feel like as a king, he could have just sat it out. There was nothing really to say, especially if you didn't feel no type of way.
This is how I feel, right? This is how I feel. This is what the equivalent of what J. Cole did. Let's say two teams playing a basketball game, and your man's is on the other team, and you cross him up, and he tore his ACL now. You know what I'm saying? You just sprained his ankle. He fucked up for a couple weeks, and now you quit the game because you done injured your boy. Oh damn, my bad, dog. My bad, bro. You know what, man?
I feel like that's different, because if you went in there intentionally to do it, now that's the difference between intent. But at the end of the day, let's say this.
I crossed you.
But if you not crossing is a part of the game. But if you did it with intent to hurt something,
this is part of the game. This is part of hip hop battling. Your mentor is Jay-Z, one of the.
But that's just like you said. But it's just like you said. If we're sitting on the court and somebody challenges my man's and my man's ain't answering, I go, oh, you can't be coming at my man's like that. Like, well, what's up with you? And then I step up. Now I'm hurt. And then your man's is the first one gone. That's how I look at it. Like, yo, bro, this didn't even have nothing to do with me. I was showing respect. When J. Cole says that he's the middle child, he's saying like when the oldest ain't getting along with the youngest, I'm the one with my arms around both of them saying, yo, why we get together? After a while, you get caught in the middle to the point you go, that's them niggas. I think J. Cole finally got a taste of that's them niggas. Stop getting in the middle, because you play the middleman, and when the middleman is the messenger who always gets what it is. If he didn't say it to him and he didn't say it back to him, I ain't got nothing to say.
You know, we can agree to disagree, but what I think J. Cole has done irreparable damage to his career. I don't think it's going to be very hard to take him seriously as like a juggernaut in the rap game. I
feel like, no disrespect to you, and I even just disrespect to hip hop. I say as far as the ignorant hip hop mind, for the simple fact that, again, like my old head said, how many battles or how many people would still be alive if somebody actually would have said, you know what, I'm gonna be man enough to be like, yo, it ain't even that fucking serious, bro. It's not that serious. Because again, it don't have to be Kendrick or have to be J. Cole. When we hear 10 years later, yo, after that battle, it was a big beef at the club and somebody ended up dying. Let's just be real, not even say that you're harsh. You're not gonna care. You don't even know this person to care. But if someone say, yo, Kendrick goes, I lost one of my friends from that battle because we ended up having to do a show in North Carolina, South Carolina that night, and a fan did something. What is the problem with saying it ain't that serious? Yeah, I mean, one thing about tradition is at a certain time it's meant to be broken. We understand the battle and the makeup of hip hop, but we also understand that it's taken a different turn. There's nothing wrong with two men saying, even if you said I was mad yesterday, People feel like if I was mad yesterday, I can't say today it ain't that serious. They feel like I got to stand on that until the day I die. I mean, look at the situation. Let's be real. Let's give it the situation of 50 Cent and Fat Joe. At this point, I think both sides have admitted that they both accepted and that they don't think that either one of them would have been alive on one side or another if it kept going. Somebody had to be man enough and understand what it was. And I think the man that extends the olive branch
them niggas is real street niggas. These niggas are not. Why are people acting like battle rap don't exist? Why do battle rappers be shooting each other up all the fucking time?
I feel like what he's saying is because neither one of them represent that. Even Game had to step in for Kendrick before when he went through it with Sean and everything, because he was like, yo, he's not that. He could do and K-Dot all he wants. He's not that dude. So yeah, they're both on that level.
But they both niggas swear they street niggas, swear up and down they street niggas, and
true, but I think Kendrick stands more, and I don't mean to cut you up, but I think Kendrick stands more for the rah-rah on record more than J. Cole. So that's why J. Cole was like, yo, me doing that made me feel like he said like 10 years ago when I feel like I had to do that. I don't feel like I need to go at a nigga. If I feel like that way, I just won't associate with it. But I got influenced and I jumped out the window, and he can admit that. I feel like I did the same thing. So I'm like, I understand what he said, because when I hear the shit to this day, it bothers me, bro. I don't like it. And I'm being real with you. The whole song wasn't about you. I just put little stupid shit. I was slick with it. If you hear it right now, you're laughing like, okay. But it was bullshit. You know what I mean? It was bullshit. Nobody knows it was about you. I never did no interview or nothing like that. I never put no pressure on it because I did not like it. But the fact that there was people that did like it, it bothered me even more because I never wanted to push it, because I'm like, yo, I don't feel like it. And we didn't talk. We didn't talk at the time. So I was like, the last thing I want you to do is hear this, and then we try to hit you in your inbox. I'm like, yo, we need to talk. You're like, nah, nigga, I done heard some songs. You know, drop merchandise and shit. Fuck you, nigga. Like, nah. So I'm like, yo, I need to clear this shit before it comes out the wrong way, because I don't like the way this came out. And I never pushed it.
I'd have had to go on Jenny Boom Boom with the freestyle, nigga. Like, yeah, light this nigga up real quick, son.
Yo. You know what's crazy? I kind of want to still hear it, yo. Just go ahead and drop something, bro. Just
nah. You know, son, I ain't in that right mind frame spiritually.
No, but now you see, now you're making my point. What if you heard me as an artist? What if you took the name off it and just as an artist, somebody coming at you, you just want to go crazy?
Maybe.
How confident would you feel if you don't even know me, if you don't know what to say?
Yeah, no, I mean, I ain't no freestyling ass nigga anyway. I wish I could, man, but you know.
Nah, but I mean, just even as like, to me, it was corny because it was personal. It wasn't real. So even the things I said, I didn't mean it, because I'm like, nah, like, let's say, just so like saying, like, all right, you and your boy going through it. What's the first thing you gonna say? You a bitch ass nigga, right? You corny. If I really felt like that, you wasn't my nigga. How many fights have I been with you, and you done helped me, or you done got me in that situation? So when it comes down to real shit, it's like, yeah, you said it to discredit this man, but that man done got you out of robberies. He done, you know what I mean, did shit for you. So yeah, you're gonna say it, but do you really mean that when it comes out? We've never did something like, who the one that had the guns? And I'm like, I can't say no shit like that, because we know that's, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? If I start talking about nigga, you ain't never have no guns. You couldn't do nothing but laugh, and I could only laugh like, yo, brother, I didn't mean that, because I remember the times when you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But some dudes feel like I can't take it back. So we can sit in the same room, and because the camera's on, I'm like, I can't take it back. Yeah, you nigga, you never had a gun. And you like, yo, Jay, you real? You serious right now? Yeah, nigga, you never been in the hood. You never. And then you swing over and punch me in the damn face. I did like, oh, he's wrong? Nah, this nigga like, yo, bro, you gotta look me in my face and lie. I got receipts. We grew up together, my nigga. We got more secrets on each other than anybody else. We know what it is. It's not even secret. We know what we did. So I can't lie to you. So when I came up and said things, like I said, I never lied about anything, but to not give the whole truth to me was still a lie. Yeah. And I ain't like it. to even put out there that I had a problem with somebody I was that close with. I had a problem. That's my principle. I don't publicly beef with my niggas. If I got a problem, it's me and you. But nigga, we went retarded during that time. It was over 10 years ago because I still see the motherfucking memories pop up, and it makes me cringe, bro. The fact that we co-host on the show, I look at it as like I told you before. I look at it as like some fucking like Cam and Mace, bro. How many records? How many times you think they laugh at each other about how many diss lines and songs they said about each other, but they sitting there making millions together right now? It's like, yeah, that was funny. I didn't feel like that for real. It hurt more because you was my guy. But then they laughing about that shit and cutting checks, and that's how I feel like we at right now.
Most definitely, bro. We're gonna get there for sure. Shout out to Cam.
So I guess I gotta say at the end of the day, I guess everybody has the right to change their mind, and I think not a lot of people express that right and don't understand that you have the right to change your mind, and that's not hurting nobody, especially if it's for the better. And who could say, who's the judge to say what's better or what's worse? But I think when it eliminates confusion and it eliminates violence and it eliminates lack of progression, I don't feel like that's a wrong thing.
Well, I'm looking forward to more songs like Workout from J. Cole.
Which are good songs. Like that's what I'm saying. We don't got everybody's not Tupac. We ain't got to hit him up from anybody. But let's not go ahead and start downplaying. Same thing that he's saying. Let's not go ahead and be the same victim and start downplaying J. Cole's catalog like he did something wrong.
I've always subscribed to the narrative that J. Cole's music had gotten a little boring. His last two albums, he kind of fixed that notion. But
like I said, it depends on what you're talking about, boy. Because if you go to my playing at the club, yeah.
No. I hate when people say, first of all, let me clarify that right now. I hate when motherfuckers say, oh, they don't play that shit at the club. First of all, they play the same shit at the club all the fucking time, okay? And who gives a fuck about what the club is playing? Who gives a fuck? That's not a measuring stick anymore.
Okay. But I disagree, but go ahead.
But J. Cole, I just felt like his first album was cool. It was the introduction to J. Cole. Then the second album was Born Sinner, which was cool too. But it got a little sleepy. And then the next one was, I believe, Forest Hills Drive. If I'm not mistaken, that one was also, and then For Your Eyes Only, that one was also a sleeper. And I was like, damn, my boy that's 3 in a row. That's kind of like, you know. But then when he dropped that KOD, I was like, okay, now we coming back. And he went on a tear. And he went on a tear for the whole last couple of years on the features, and then was lighting shit up. So it was like, yo, okay, Cole
but he said that. But he said that himself. That he got on his level, and so. I can't argue your opinion. That's one thing. I can't even argue if that's how you feel. I gotta let that.
I can argue yours.
Nigga, that shit was straight. I can argue yours. Well, like I said, I'm just trying to see your point. I get what you're saying.
If I was Kendrick, I'd diss him again.
What? Hold on, wait a minute. Rewind. You saying that's J. Cole, you would diss him again?
If I was Kendrick, I would diss J. Cole again.
Why?
Kick him while he down.
Oh my God, this nigga. We already know.
Right your back, nigga. Boo.
Yo, there's no point for that. There's no point for that.
I make a song called "Kiss the Ring," and it'll be the first verse will be about J. Cole.
This nigga here. Well, listen, I want to tell you, it's always a pleasure to have you on here. I respect your opinion always and forever. I want to say thank you for being up on the show. A lot of people tuned in for you. They're always asking about you, so we got to make sure this happens over and over, man.
Hey man, listen, I'm here. I know we got to make sure. We got to figure out why the fuck that goddamn camera ain't work in the beginning.
Well, the good thing about it, we got more than one way, so it's always gonna happen. As long as the people commanding it, we're gonna make sure it happens.
Most definitely, most definitely. I like to see them numbers start. Numbers on them eyeballs start popping up.
Oh yeah, now we're gonna keep it going. Like I said, it's not no certain time of day. We're just gonna keep going. People listening. So, like we said, no matter what, you could always watch us. I mean, I let the episodes come out a little bit later. I drop the reels and everything. If you want to visually watch the interviews, they will be popping up on. You can go ahead to YouTube, Pink Cookie Podcast, and you'll get all the videos and all the shorts and all the reels and everything that's up there. They're dropping pieces. Shout out to Vlad. I've actually been able to drop them. You know what I mean? Part by part, like Vlad. So. We're actually going to be dropping the whole thing, like I said, on OnlyFans. It's going to be a free account when we start dropping everything at once. But if you're on the go, you're in your car, you're listening on your headphones, when you're in the gym or just doing your thing at the office, you can always find us exclusively on Spotify. But we got a bunch of other channels that we're going to be popping up on with the more subscribers and viewers that we get. So please help us out with that. We have a donation page to be able to help us out. Me with my clothing line and things that I got going on, things with Chad and everything he's got going on. So we appreciate any donations you have there. We have links and everything that's going to be going on with shows that we have going on online. And any guests that want to reach out to me or Chaz, feel free to be able to become a guest or talk about anything on the show. We're already here. You know what it is. So once again, OnlyFans, Pink Cookie Podcast. On Facebook is Pink Cookie Podcast, and as well on Spotify, Pink Cookie Podcast. Make sure you follow us, subscribe, like it, give us suggestions, tell us what you like, what you don't like, and we can go from there. We appreciate it. So my guy, Chaz, I had to hit him with the Birdmans.
For sure.
Playboy.
The money coming.
I appreciate you, my guy.
No doubt. Same, bro.
Yo, if you want to drop that diss track, I mean, let me know so I could duck. I know you're coming with that fire, man. I apologize again. I'm sorry.
You better know that I'm coming with some shit, nigga.
That nigga said, you know I didn't hear that shit. I would have been flamed your ass. I dropped that shit so long ago, I got dust on it. If you download it right now, it's going to clog your whole shit up. That shit's old.
I'm going to do it to the Times It's Hard beat.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm signing off. Y'all gonna get that later. I'm signing off. I'm done, my nigga. Peace.